TV wall mounts are great. They're convenient, space efficient, and they make it easier to achieve the optimal viewing distance in any room. Full swivel mounts also let you adjust your TV based on where you are in a room. You can translate, rotate, or even tilt your television to suit your needs. My goal in this video is to share with you how I secured my 40-pound television on a non-load bearing wall which contained metal C-section studs and concrete columns. To start off this project, I cut out a sheet of plywood. I find that working with wood is fast and easy, and not to mention, really solid. Most TV mounts are designed to be fastened in standard 2x4 vertical wood wall studs. The problem is, almost all building codes around the world don't allow for buildings over 3 floors to be constructed with wood. This is actually why reinforced concrete or even steel is used in almost every high-rise building. Here is actually a model I drew of my wall so that I can show you exactly what I mean. There are 2 concrete columns and several metal C-studs. The studs are not actually 16 inches apart as in your common standard home, and this is because they are offset by the several concrete columns or even shear walls in the building. This definitely complicates the project a little bit. I opted to fasten a wood panel directly on the gyprock wall so that the mount would be secured to the wood, which in turn would transfer the loads down on the studs. I also decided to glue the back of the panel to the wall to disperse the tension loads as much as possible on a greater surface area. This might be overkill, but I had the glue on hand, so I figured, why not? You can probably skip this step depending on how heavy your TV is. Now that the plywood is exactly where you want it, the next step is to drill holes through the wood and directly into the metal studs. Obviously, you need to start with small drill bits and work your way up. Toggle bolts were used to secure the plywood to the studs and to the gypsum drywall. I bought these flip toggle screws which I found really practical and solid. All the instructions were very clear and on the back of the package. Let me show you exactly how they work. So now that you've finally drilled your hole, you just have to slip the toggle bolt through the wall. Remember that the bolt and the hole are the same size, so you might need to force it a little bit. But when that's done, you just fasten the strap and it'll be impossible for it to come back out again. I'll show you why in just a second. Alright, so here's the same technique but from a different viewpoint. I'm actually going to take you behind the wall here to show you exactly what's going on. When your bolt has completely passed through the wall, the T-bracket opens up, rendering it impossible for it to come back out the wall again. So the load of the television is transferred to the toggle bolts, which translates this load onto the studs and finally on the drywall. So I can assure you, if you've done this properly, your TV is not going anywhere. Once again, here, same procedure, snap off the plastic strap, get rid of the extra piece, and you could fasten a screw into the metal stud. Now that the heavy lifting is done, we can move on to the aesthetics portion of the project. A quick paint job to match your wall as much as possible should do the trick. You're finally ready to install the TV mount. Simply drill right into the plywood and use a wrench to secure everything on the wall. Use a level to make sure that everything is in a perfectly straight line. And finally, you may now simply hook your television directly onto the mount. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this helps someone.